Peace and blessings, love and light. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, everybody. Welcome to Redefining Authenticity. It's your girl, Kim Martin Raymond, your toolbox essentialist and founder of Redefining You LLC, where I help my clients to realign themselves, mind, body, and spirit as we are going through the 365-day challenge.
Yes, and I am Sheronda L. Barksdale, aka Empress Shay, the vision specialist of Authentically Your Expressions, where we are helping you learn how to authentically express yourself.
Yourself.
Carmen San Diego, where you at?
Yes, I am here at home. You can see my little tree behind me. I am home for a couple of weeks. It's nice to be home every now and then and get my feet planted on the floor. But, I'll be taking off next week. But, I should be here one more week and then I'll be hitting the friendly skies again. Hey, Katrina, good evening to you. Welcome in.
Hey,
Welcome
Tina.
in.
Peace
Yes,
and love.
yes.
As y'all come in the room, say hi. Let us know that you are here.
What's
Kim,
up?
can I take a minute to share some of my upcoming goodies that I got going on?
Absolutely.
Sometimes you gotta brag on yourself a little bit.
Do it.
All right, y'all. So I put my website in the comments for those who are entering the room that you can visit, not now, but later, that you go back and visit my website, authenticallyyourexpressions.com, where I'm sharing that this Friday, I'm going to be on a podcast talking about the shadow of being a black sheep. This is a podcast where she brings people in and talks about being a black sheep, because there's so many black sheep to the family. The person that was just completely different, had a different experience than everyone else, and everybody always thought they were kind of weird. And so I'm going to be talking about the shadows of that. This Sunday will be our very first group coaching session back at Smile, my online school. Smile, the Self-Mastery Institute for Learning Empowerment. We will be getting started. It will be at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 8 o'clock p.m. And we'll be getting stuff off our chests, talking about the things we need to talk about. We are in a political climate that is really stressful right now. Yeah. It's a little stressful right now. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that. We'll have us a nice meditation session and just be connected with like-minded people to empower you to get through the entire week. And we'll do it again, probably not the next Sunday because that's Super Bowl, and I know how y'all do.
Okay.
I know how y'all
do. Wings and the commercials and all that. Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
Yes.
What you got going on, Kim?
Well, Sheronda is also going to be a guest on my show this week, and we're going to be talking about the importance of self-empowerment. So make sure that you tune into the How Now podcast. And as you know, we are going strong. We are in day 27 of the 365-day challenge, and so you can go to my Facebook page. You can go to my website, www.redefiningyou.com, and I'll make sure I put that in the comments as well. You. And then that way you can click on the 365-day challenge and join us. And we're just talking about small habits that small things that we can do that can become habits, or stacking on top of habits that we already have that are going to help us to be the best versions of ourselves. So we got some things going on in the background, but tonight we are going to be talking about investing in yourself. Okay. Hey, Chi. How you doing? Yeah. So, like I said, that's what we're going to be talking about this evening. We're going to be talking about investing in yourself. And it's so important to do that. Just like we make financial investments, we also need to make investments in ourselves, because there is a return on that investment when we invest in ourselves. Because in making that greater version of ourselves, we're able to pour into others. And like they say, you can't pour from an empty cup. So we want to be able to make sure that we're pouring into ourselves. We're making that investment into ourselves, that we're just like we take care of our children, or we take care of our aging parents. We want to make sure that we're taking care and investing in ourselves as well. So sometimes there is a financial piece to it. Sometimes there is a mental piece. Sometimes it's asking for that help that we were talking about in some of our other episodes. And so tonight, like I said, we're going to be tapping into investing in yourself. So,
and just like Kim said, you can't pour from an empty cup. And I don't believe, peace, Auntie, that's Karen. Hey, Auntie. I don't believe in pouring from your cup at all. Truthfully, I believe in you having the overflow flowing from your cup, that
Yes.
people get to receive the overflow of who you
Yes.
are. When you
That's
invest
right.
in yourself, you have more than enough to give to other people, not just enough, because they don't deserve your cup. You deserve the cup. Everybody else gets the excess and the overflow. So let's go and invest in yourself. Kim Martin
Yes.
Raymond.
Yes. All right. Hold on a second. Let me get to the. All right. There we go. Our first investing in yourself. You want to take it first?
You go ahead.
All right. Investing in yourself means finding balance. And that's talking about that work-life balance. You know, sometimes what happens is we get so caught up in work and working 16 hours, sometimes, 20 hours. People are working, feverishly and
Yeah.
not having that balance of being able to do things with their family. Not
Yes.
being able to engage in self-care because they're so caught up in making that dollar. And we understand that that dollar is
Yeah.
important, but you can't make it if you're not there because you're not taking care of yourself. Okay, so that's important too. You have to have that balance. You have to be able to step back and do some things for your family. So, and I love where I work because they say, family first. So if something is going on, they kind of have empathy and they give you that
Yeah.
grace to be able to do those things with your family. And sometimes you have to be able to say no. Sometimes you have to say, hey, I know in a couple of weeks my grandbaby is having a honors awards night.
Oh,
I mean
nice.
awards day. I'm not missing that. That's my grandbaby. I
Okay.
only have one. I'm going. So, I mean, I
Nice.
already told him I'm taking a half a day because I'm going to go and be there to support my grandbaby. Sometimes you have to be able to do that. I
Yeah.
travel for work, but I travel for play just as much. You have to have that balance so that way you can, you're not stressing yourself out. When are you taking that time, like we were talking about, to pour into yourself? It starts with that,
Exactly.
finding that balance.
Exactly. And I want to give a quick shout out to Mrs. Audrey Lockwood, G's mom. She just subscribed to the channel. And if you're not subscribed yet,
Woo-hoo!
follow her example. Make sure you hit subscribe to that channel while you're over there. But yes, Kim, you'll find that people are out of balance. People who are just into self. Some people are so invested in themselves. Their work suffers from it. Their family suffers from it. Their friends suffer from it. I want to be to myself. I want to be at home, and no, you don't get to experience anything else because you're so consumed. And this is for any part of our lives that we reach. Call somebody. Talk to your friends sometimes. Check in on your family sometimes. If you're no longer working, they may not even be a part of your existence anymore. However, there's other things you could do outside of yourself that makes you feel powerful and happy and strong, that you feel good, that there's a balance between yourself, your family, and your friends. Just going out and have some coffee. Me and Kim will meet up every so often to have a cute little brunch because I be need my eggs Benedict every so often.
That's right.
We need my eggs Benedict. But even you have to have that balance because it's for you. This ain't about other people, truthfully. I mean, yes, they get to receive again the overflow of your
Right.
cup, but you need to be in constant balance because too much work is too much of anything is a bad thing. Overindulgence. It's
That's
called
right.
gluttony. It's gluttony, whether it's food or not. It's still a form of gluttony
Right.
where you're doing too much of one thing. The overabundance of anything is too much. So you should always try to find a balance of loving on you, loving on your job, loving on your family, loving on your friends, and you feel like a more powerful person.
Right. Right. And a lot of that comes from time management too. Being able to manage your time effectively, because
Wisely.
even if you don't have a whole lot of time, like you said, sometimes you may not be able to get away from that 16-hour shift, but it's what you do with those other 8 hours that is going to be important, or that's
Right.
going to be key in helping you to create that balance. So, but that's like I said, that's a whole nother
A whole
topic.
nother.
A whole nother topic. But time management is something that's huge, but that's definitely going to be a part of you finding that balance.
Yes.
All right.
And before
Yes.
we even move on to the next slide, can we break each one of those down just a little bit?
Sure.
Because one of the things I want to talk about with finding balance for yourself, get enough sleep,
Rest.
getting enough rest, buying something nice for yourself every so often. It don't gotta be a Ferrari. It can be a Ferrari. But just walking into Kroger and getting a $5 little thing, a bouquet of flowers
That's
to
right.
put on your table or your counter in your house, Just little small things where you are investing that time into yourself that makes you feel good. That bath, that's being able to sit in that tub and just everybody shut up. Shut up. I lock the door. I lock both doors. The door to the bedroom and the bathroom. If the bedroom door lock, how they get into the bathroom? I don't care. I just feel like I need an extra layer of protection when I want to sit in my tub sometimes. Because I got boys. They can break in. That's how I feel. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. But finding those little moments where you can have a facial routine, a hair routine, a nail routine. It don't have to cost a lot of money. It could be you sitting down and polishing your little ugly toes. I went back to the toes again, Kim. It just happens. I didn't mean to. but doing those things that make you feel good about you is investing in yourself. You want to talk about work? Because I know you know this one well.
Oh my goodness. You know, and even in the workplace, it's also creating the environment there. Okay. Because for me, like I said, people come into my office and they say, it looks like a little spa in here. Yes, it does. And I tell them, and close the door on your way out. Yes, I have the little babbling brook. I've got, you know, I spray my sage when I come in the morning. I have a yoga ball in there. I have a treadmill pad in there so I can get up and get down. So even though it's work, what are some of the little things that you can do there to make it a little more palatable if you've got to be there? I mean, some people, you know, you may work on a lot, but it's what you do again with that time that you're there that can create the balance. So you can create a work-life balance within the work environment just by setting it up. If you have an opportunity, if you put up, you know, little sayings, things like that can encourage you. What are some things that you can add to that environment that brings a little bit of your personality? Maybe it's bringing in pictures of your family. You know, you may not want everybody to be in your business like that, but you can have pictures of your family, or you can have, like I said, words of encouragement up. So what are some things that you can do to create a little bit of that balance in that work environment? That's going to be key. And then are you balancing your time to carry out the tasks that you need to carry out with work? So that way it's not running over into your home life because you got to take work home with you.
Yeah.
At work.
Yes. And let me say this real quick. Kim, you got to send me that link for that little, didn't you say you had the little pedal thing where you could sit down and pedal?
Yes, I do.
Can you send me the link for that? Because I need me one of those. But like she's saying, look at that. I'm taking care of myself and I'm working at the same time. And a lot of people work from home now that before COVID, not so much, but now a lot of y'all are working from home. And those two things could run into each other sometimes. So it's really important to try to create a separation if you can. Not everyone has a separate room, but even if it's just a corner of a room, let it look like the environment you need. Create your little, again, by the little water fountains, those nice soothing water fountains, buy a scented candle.
Aromatherapy,
yes.
Users and stuff like that. Absolutely.
Yes. Putting your affirmations right there in your little corner that make you feel powerful in that space, and design it just for you in that space, because you need to separate the two sometimes. And that's balance.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And like you said, talk about family.
Yes, family. Being able that's a big one. Being able to, you know, Kim, you know, you got a grown daughter now, and you know, you've been there, you got a grandchild, but even for me, as having young children, I have to create balance. There's times that I have to create times just for them.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just me and the boys in a date, just hanging with each other. And the date is McDonald's. Don't take me no date to McDonald's, but they're happy. You know what I'm saying? They're happy. We go to McDonald's. I let them play inside the little play yard just so they could be present with mommy. Mommy, look at this flip I could do. Ooh, look at that flip you could do. You know, but they know they got my undivided mommy attention in those moments. And then when it's just me and G, and just creating those moments for us, and then the four of us creating those moments for us, and then individually G and Miles, G and Kyle, G, Miles, and Kyle, you know, you find those spaces of creating the balance so that your family, you don't want to neglect the family. You always want people to know, the people who love you the most, the people who that have to deal with your mess the most, are worthy of this, and they're deserving of being loved on by you. So you being focused on yourself is important. You being focused on work is important, but you being focused on your family is equally as important.
Right. And we saw how important it was when COVID hit, and then some people had to be in the house with their families, and they realized they didn't like each other.
They didn't like each other. So many divorces.
Right. Right. You were ready for the kids to go back to school. You were ready for your spouse or your significant other to go back to wherever they came from, go back to work, do whatever, be away. So it's important that we, focus on our family, because they're there. And especially as we're getting older, we're going to have to rely on our families to be there for us in some capacity, or if something goes wrong. Sometimes, you're going to be able to tap in. That's your first resource. Hopefully in some cases, in some other cases, it's not.
Yes.
But finding that balance, being able to spending time with your aging parents who may be going through a situation, going and taking some time to go to a doctor's appointment with them to find out what's going on with them, because there's so many things that are going on within our families that we don't know because we haven't had time to come together to talk about it outside of being at a funeral or a wedding or an event like that. Where we're not taking time to come together and have those barbecues and not just wait for a holiday for it to happen, but to do it on a more continuous basis. But like I said, especially with those of us who are in our 40s, 50s, who may have aging parents, and we really need to know what's going on with them. So that if they get sick and then all of a sudden they have to come and live with us, at least we've developed a better relationship, so that way that transition will be smooth if we have to bring them into our household. So it's definitely important to focus on your family.
Gwen better pull it together, because
yeah.
She better hold it in the road till she about 140. I told her she got to live to about 140.
Okay. But it happens. I mean, my grandmother went to go and live with my parents, and she lived to 105 years old. She just passed away 3 years ago. Yeah. So, 4 years ago. And so, it happens.
Yes.
It happens. So we have to make sure that we're focusing in on our family, and like I said, the importance of making sure that we're creating ties where we can. Exactly. Okay. And then, like you said, finally, friends. Friends. It's just, me and Sheronda, we've been friends now, oh my goodness, 9 years, almost going on 10 years.
Girl.
And so, developing strong friendships. I have girlfriends who we've been friends since we were 16 years old. And we still talk every day.
Yes.
All right, we're the Fab Five. We get together and we talk and we laugh and we just pick up where we left off. And when life starts lifing, we may be going our separate ways. We try to find some ways to connect. Social media has been huge in helping us to be able to connect. But you're wanting to keep those relationships alive and well. Absolutely. And you don't want, because you want somebody to be there when you. So if you spend all your time at work, and you have an achievement, you get a promotion, something happens, you want people to be there to celebrate with you. But if you alienate everybody because you're working all the time, who's going to be there to celebrate with you when you have these small wins?
Exactly.
Friends are important.
Yeah, I'm like Kim. I have friends from second grade that we still are in contact with, check up on each other. I'm the godmother of their children. They're the godmother of my children, that we've known for a very long time. And you want to be able to create that space because, again, with aging parents, something happens to a parent, you need somebody to fall back on. You need that person that you could call, somebody to talk to, somebody you need to cry on. That those friends are for those moments. But not just that. I know how I can be. I'm funny with people, and it's not trying to be mean, but authenticity is real for me. And if I can't deal with too many people who aren't true to them, who they say they are. So when I do find those particular people, I like to make time. I have girlfriends, when they come in town, I probably won't stop for many other people other than Kim. But when they come through town and they be like, Sheronda, I want to see you, let's have brunch. I'll be like, oh, it's not them, it's me. I promise. I swear to God, I don't like putting no bra on, clothes on, nothing. But they'll be like, okay, Sheronda, I'm coming to town. Let's have brunch. I'm like, okay, I will get myself together and throw the slingshot on to come spend some time with you for these 2-3 hours and then go about my business. But that's because I want to have that other outlet. Work can be a lot. Having a family can be a lot.
Yes.
Being consumed with yourself is too much. And sometimes you just need somebody who understands you and you understand them, and y'all could both share whatever you're going through at that time, or a group of friends that you're really cool with. And that helps that balance come full circle. Even looks like a rectangular square type thing. It's a full circle of making sure all these things are a part of your life. So you're investing. Please don't forget to invest. That word invest is a lot. People won't join this podcast simply because they think we're going to talk about money.
Right.
But investing your time and your energy is equally as important as everything else. So that's right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I like that. Now, it was something that needed that deeper dive, All right. So let's move on.
Yeah.
Investing in yourself means what, Sheronda?
Setting boundaries. What we say no is a full sentence. No.
That's right.
Period. And that's what a boundary looks like at times. It says boundaries. I allow myself to set healthy boundaries, to say no to what does not align with my values, to say yes to what does. Boundaries assist me to remain healthy, honest, and living a life that is what? True to me, authentically.
Yeah.
Authentically me. And that's the realest. I have to have boundaries of what, if it's not even me not liking somebody, if every time I enter a space with a group of family members or friends and I feel uncomfortable, it's time for me to create a boundary for myself and no longer enter that space and tell myself, Sheronda, it's okay if you no longer want to spend time with these people because you don't feel good when you're there.
Right.
You're allowed to do something different. A lot of times we don't give ourselves the permission to set a boundary for ourselves. Sometimes we always think setting boundaries means pushing somebody else back.
Right.
But sometimes we got to take ourselves away from certain situations that make us constantly uncomfortable. I am 45, about to be 46. In a few months. And I'm too old and I don't have the patience or the capacity or the bandwidth to be in settings that don't make me feel good about me.
Yeah.
I go strong in making y'all feel good about you. Anybody who wants to come around, I'm going to do. The people who deserve it, I'm going to do that. So why am I going to enter spaces where people don't make me feel the same way?
Right.
That's a true boundary for me. I refuse to engage. For Kim, no.
Yes, I do.
We ain't going to talk about a little building that we used to.
No, we're not.
That's all I'm going to say. I mean, you know what I'm talking about from there. But the point is, over time, I had to realize this isn't a place that makes me feel good. Initially, it felt good. And then over time, when I realized this doesn't feel any good anymore, I had to set a boundary for me.
Right.
Like, Sheronda, stop making yourself suffer for something for no reason. Right. And that's part of being true to yourself. That's true. That's called being authentic to who you are and how you show up in different places.
That's right. Oh my goodness, you touched on everything. You didn't leave nothing left here. She didn't leave no crumbs for me on that or nothing. No crumbs. Okay. We started with a whole cookie. She didn't leave me no crumbs. Okay. But yes, just like she said, just to reiterate, it is about setting, and like I said, healthy boundaries. You're not doing something that's going to put you in a position where you're going to have animosity towards someone, or it's going to cause you to feel some kind of way because you feel like, oh, well, I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to hurt their feelings. It's not a matter of hurting their feelings. It's a matter of empowering yourself.
Come on.
You have to be able to empower yourself, and you can't do that if you're afraid of what somebody's going to think. Because at the end of the day, you're not giving somebody authority over you. You're not allowing them to tell you how you feel about something. You're expressing yourself. You're expressing who you are, and in expressing myself, I'm saying that this is something that does, like it says in there, does not align with my values. This is not who I am. And so I'm not going to pretend, because eventually what's going to happen is it's going to put a strain on your relationships with that person, more so than what you're thinking that you're pushing them away. You're pushing them away by feeling some kind of way about them, and you haven't even expressed to them why you feel the way you feel. So how are they supposed to know? Setting a boundary is letting them know this is something that is part of this is a core belief of mine. This is a value of mine, and it's not in alignment with that. So you have to let somebody know that. You just can't assume that, people are going to know, and then you're going to feel some kind of way, So set those healthy boundaries, and that's going to help to relieve undue stress that you're bringing on yourself.
Again, who do we owe our happiness to more than ourselves? I need somebody to tell me, who in the world do we owe our own happiness to more than us? because that goes back to what you said at the beginning about you can't pour from an empty cup. I'm not pouring from my cup at all. This cup ain't tilting. You might as well forget it. At this point in my life, I need this thing ain't even full of water, and I need to fill it back up, and you can't have none. Okay, you can't have nothing out of here. But once I get the thing filled to the top and start spilling, you can. I put a cup underneath. You can catch that. But it's going to be brilliant. It's the thing that our children flourish off of. It's the things that our friends, our jobs flourish off of. How great we feel about ourselves. Our families flourish off of how great we feel about ourselves, not how great we feel about them. That's what we're never taught. Did you ever notice the happier you are, the happier people tend to be around you, and how more positive you can see the world? Right. When you are feeling joyful, when you are feeling fulfilled, when you are entering spaces, thank you, Trina, nobody, when you are feeling good about your life and how it's beginning to align and how things are showing up for you and how you are showing up for that, it feels so good that people don't irritate you. That job don't get on your nerves that much.
No.
That husband, he still keep farting and he snorts you loud, but you love the snort, and you don't love but you love the positive parts, the things that mean the most to you. Right. You love those things like crazy more than you can see the fault. The more you set boundaries to create your happiness, the more you can enjoy the things around you. We do it backwards. We try to force enjoyment in all the things around us, and we're miserable. Your boundary should begin and end with you.
That's right.
So therefore, your happiness trickles into every area of your life. I'm done. Because I'm a minister too, so I get to preach and I might preach in a minute.
Man, yes, you do.
But Lord, that's not what we're doing right now.
But it's real talk. It's real talk. It's about, it's about that beautiful word no. And sometimes I say it's a hard no. People, I'm gonna get that on a shirt. It's a hard no. And it doesn't mean that I'm being mean about it. Certain things have to make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, and like you said, it doesn't align with my values, I'm just like, you know what? No. It's a beautiful word. And sometimes it's just a matter of telling somebody, no, I don't believe I can do this for you because I want to give you my best.
My best.
And in this particular situation, I'm not going to be able to do that. So the answer is no. And sometimes people will be like, oh, that's why she's saying no, because she can't give her best. Oh, okay. They get it. And sometimes it's just a simple no.
No.
I'm not doing
explain it. No.
You don't have to, but know that that's a word that you can use, and it doesn't always have to have such negative connotations. It could be a no, not now. No, not yet.
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't mean that it's forever. Yes, it can be definitive in certain situations. And the other one is just a no, not yet.
Yes.
So you have to make sure you're ready. Hold on a second. Looks like my battery was not charging.
Okay.
I was about to lose power.
But we just wanted to stress the importance of investing in yourself. It is about the money, because you do need to pour into yourself financially, whether that's buying yourself something, hiring a life coach, hiring a therapist, whatever, going on a trip, getting massages once or twice a month, whatever that does. Sometimes it is money, but it is also this right here, setting boundaries. You ready?
Yes, ma'am. My plug came out. All right, this is me.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, yo, Boogie. Hey, Lydia. How y'all doing? All right, we talking about investing in yourselves. Look, investing in yourself means developing healthy habits. Whew, you already know. Like I said, I have been on the wellness journey for 3 years. Like I said, those of you who don't know, I've lost 64 pounds, and I've been keeping up with that. Hey, Sandra, and just making sure that I've created habits. That's what I'm talking about in this 365-day challenge. Developing habits, healthy habits.
Healthy.
Okay, because some habits are not good for you and some are. Developing healthy habits, just like she said, like resting, like getting good sleep, like moving your body, exercising, like drinking water, having water available, things like that. Always making sure that you're making the best choices that you can make. Just like she said, she called me Carmen Sandiego because I'm always traveling somewhere. But I've developed healthy habits so that when I go to different places, I already know what I'm going to eat. The people who I travel with already know how I eat. So you help people in expressing yourself and being authentic, people begin to know what it is that you like. And so they know how to deal with me. When we go and travel, they know, all right, we have to find some place. Kim loves her salmon. Kim loves her salad. So we're going to make sure that we find a place that has the food that she can eat. Yeah. We're not going to go to the rib shack because we know she doesn't eat pork, things like that. So, people become cognizant, when you show them, when you tell them.
Yeah.
So investing in yourself is, and making sure that you're developing those habits and that those around you can see those habits and some will follow suit.
3 wins daily. Come on, y'all.
So it is important. Just like you said, you're developing those habits. And once they become habitual, I wake up now, it doesn't matter what state I'm in. 5:30, I'm getting up and I'm doing my exercise. It doesn't matter what time zone I'm in. I get up because my body is conditioned to do that. Yes. That's a healthy habit that I've created. And that's just something that I do now without even thinking about it. When I go to pack my scale, my weights, all those things go in my bag automatically. Just like my shoes and my pajamas and everything else. It just goes in the bag naturally because I've developed that healthy habit. And It doesn't always have to be just the physical. It's those mental habits as well.
Yes.
Reading books that are self-help books, reading your Bible daily and doing a Bible study, things like that. Those are part of healthy habits as well. It's not always just the dumbbell, water, and fruit. It's beyond that. It's developing those other healthy habits, like things that you're doing to nourish your mind.
The fact that you consider that a healthy habit is brilliant. You get to name a thing. So that is your creation of a healthy habit. Then keep on rocking, sis. I love that. I absolutely love when you can find something that you do and be like, I can bear witness to a healthy habit I have. This is something that I do. But I'm not as disciplined as Kim. I'm going to throw that out there for the people that look a little more like me. I'm working on it. I am, and I'm always doing small little things. But for me, step one, your body rejoices with being hydrated, right? Our organs are like, yes. That's why I hear my organ, my liver be like, yes, because the liver be taking a beating sometimes. Anyway, so when I drink my water, I see my organs dancing like Chris Brown. I promise you. My heart, my kidneys,
your skin,
my intestine, my digestive system, all of it. My lungs, everybody in here is dancing like Chris Brown because they're happy to be filled with more than enough liquid water. I have to rechange that real quick. Water to make them happy, because that's the one thing. If that's the one thing I could start with. Now, don't get me wrong. I have many more healthy habits. I'm not going to play myself short. I'm not going to do that at all. I love, even with my children, I don't buy candy in this house. We have so many fruits and veggies that's what that's how they get their sweetness. They be trying to tear up applesauce, unsweetened applesauce, apples, oranges, because they be trying to get a little bit of sugar in their bodies, and it's a form of glucose, in its own little way.
An addiction, yes.
But you do those things that you develop to be a normalcy, not something you got to wrestle with, but just creating a habit, doing them 3 weeks. 21 days of just pushing yourself to do something different every single day, and you see yourself in pursuit of it. All of a sudden, you look up one day, I'm in constant pursuit of feeling like I'm doing something in favor of me.
Yes.
That's how you should look at it when you're doing healthy habits. I'm doing something in favor of myself. I'm creating and conditioning my body to be happy about something. Those grains, those fruits, those veggies, them dumbbells, the jump rope. I ain't jump roping nowhere. I try to jump rope in my older age, and I think I caught an ankle. We're not gonna talk about it, but I'll lift some weights now. I love lifting the weight, and I'll do some cardio for you. But that jump roping, it just ain't same no more.
That's it. I'm looking at Yo Boogie in her comments. It's like she said, you can make fruit snacks with fresh fruit. I like that she said she walks to the bus and talks to God. Yes, these are things. The one thing that I talk about even in this 365-day challenge is about habit stacking. What's a habit that you already have that you can add a little bit more to? One of my things was to add 5 more minutes to my meditation time.
That's it.
Okay, and I need it because the way things have been rolling over these last couple of days and weeks, I needed that extra 5 minutes of meditation time. I needed the extra time in my word, because I've had to go to my word and rely on the promises of God when things were looking a little down. You know what I'm saying? You know, people are on an emotional roller coaster right now. And so what are you tapping into? What are those habits that you've created that you actually are seeing working in your favor? Just like she said, talking about the water, I'm seeing all kinds of issues. I mean, things with my skin clearing up. It looks so much better because I'm drinking more water. But that was a habit that I already had. So it's just a matter of what are some things that you were doing even in the past that you've kind of slacked on, and now you can go back to doing again. That can become habitual, if you start activating it again. And it has to be something that you enjoy doing. Otherwise, you're not going to do it.
Right. And here's another healthy habit that isn't necessarily food, water, or exercise, but affirming yourself on a daily basis. It is a healthy invest in affirming yourself on a daily basis. You have to tell yourself how brilliant and wonderful you are every day, because you are. Because who says not? Who's going to tell me different? Who's going to check me, boo? What? You said I'm not what?
Right.
That's how you feel. That's not how I feel. So you have to affirm that a healthy habit. I'm not talking about being cocky. I'm talking about knowing yourself. And the reason you have to declare who you are on a daily basis is for the sake of everything that's going on around you in this physical realm. We know there's a spiritual realm going on. So you tap into what you affirm in the spiritual about yourself so you can show up for this physical realm with the stuff that they're doing with the laws and all these things that's about to show up in the next 4 years. You have to declare you to still be you. I don't care who don't be in office the way you wanted them to be in office. I don't care who is in office that you just don't like. Who are you? A healthy habit that y'all have to declare. And that's why I'm so grateful I'm going to start these group coaching sessions starting Sunday. Come to the website, is because I'm going to reteach and remind y'all of who you are on a weekly basis, because I don't like seeing our tails being tucked between our legs. Ain't nobody that look like me, lighter or darker, should be scared of nothing. You shouldn't be scared of a thing that's going on in this political climate. You should not be worried. You stand strong. It was the people that look like you that made this country strong as it was.
That's it.
And it's the people that look like you that broke this situation. Let's be clear. We didn't show up at the polls like we were supposed to. That doesn't mean become terrified. That doesn't mean to become worried. That doesn't mean to change your focus. Remind yourself on a daily basis in a healthy, habitual way, I am strong. I am enough. My ancestors are backing me. God is watching over me. I have power in these fingers. I have power in this mind. I have power in this body. I show up on a daily basis for me and for others. Me first, then for others. Don't forget that part. Please don't forget who you are. So the healthy habit, affirmations. Affirm.
Yes. One thing that I heard I was reading a comment in a post that I was watching, and the person said, why is it that we have to burn so that others can remain warm?
Come on.
And honey, that just resonated with me so deeply. Because that's happening. Why must we burn? Why do we have to crash and burn so that others can be warm, so that others can benefit from our demise or from our downfall? Why are we not doing things to strengthen ourselves and to build ourselves up? So, what you're saying is 100% facts. It is about doing that, lifting ourselves up and not forgetting who we are. That's the biggest part of investing in ourselves.
Yo said, I try to tell myself 3 positive thoughts for every 1 negative thought I have about myself. I will rejoice in me. And that's truth. Truth is, I will have a negative thought. Truth is, I get on every time I open Instagram, the first thing is about something that man done said. I ain't even gonna call his name. Something he done said or something crazy that's supposed to be going on. I see that. Now let me establish who I am. Every time you see something in the news, establish who you are. Every time that thought comes up, establish who you are and keep reiterating it, because you deserve it. Right. The world deserves it. Let's go, y'all.
That's it. All right. Next.
Come on. Investing in yourself means defining, but it really defining your goals. And let's be clear, goals change.
Yes.
Once you reach a goal, you get to create a new goal. So you may have had some goals that you created at 18, some at 25, some at 30, and some of y'all about 50 now. It's time to create some new goal, and that's okay. If the goal wasn't hit, it wasn't meant to. Don't we do a quick grief session over I wish I was able to, and then we redefine our new goals and our new truth. Because sometimes we set goals on some, I'm gonna be a multimillionaire by the time I'm 25, and you dropped out of college and you don't want to study nothing, and the club was the scene and it didn't really make you no money. It was okay. We're gonna redefine it. We're gonna create some goals. So SMART goals, goal setting. S. Kim, we could go back and forth on this one. Be specific. I love specific goals. I like both. I like a broad goal because I'm the vision specialist. I help you create a big, broad vision of your life with a vision board. That's one of the things I work on, right?
Yes.
But also in my coaching sessions, we're going to go through the first picture. Okay, let's go to that first picture. I see a bunch of money. Let's be more specific.
Right.
What is your goal for a yearly salary? What is your goal for a monthly salary? How exactly do you expect to reach that? What are you pursuing? And okay, now we're going to create step one. Being specific is being able to say, I know that I want to make $90,000 by the end of this year. So you sit down, you do a calculator. You get your and this is what I do with my clients. You get a calculator, divide that by 12. I ain't gonna do the math right now. Your mama. That's how I feel about it. Your mama. Okay. So whatever. So you're gonna break that down by 12. Then break it down by the week of each month. What does that look like that I need to make each week? What actions do I take in my business, in my savings, or whatever it is? My 2 jobs, my 3 jobs, my 10, people be doing whatever. What outside ways do I have pulling in money? Therefore, I know what my specific target is. I know this thing that I'm working on needs to bring in this amount of money every week, every month, in order for me to get to that year goal.
I said, well, you touched on all 5 of them. You touched on all 5 of them in just that example, which is good. But yes, it is. Which is like she said, as you set your specific goal, then yes, you have to make it measurable. How are you going to go about scaling that to make it, to bring that goal into fruition? You have to figure out, what is going to be that standard, or what is that going to be that measure or that rubric that you're going to use to make that goal possible. Okay. How are you going to measure it? How are you going to know, or have you set benchmarks in place so that you know when you've gotten to that first, portion of that goal setting and it's time to move to the next one? What are going to be those things that you're going to measure it by?
Yes.
How are you going to get to that goal? Okay, I'm going to measure it by, making sure that in this length of time, I'll be able to do it. I mean, that goes more with the time bound, but it's how you're going to go about measuring it. What is the rubric that you're going to use? What is it that you're going to use? Is it, if it's weight loss, is it going to be a scale? Are you going to use a scale, or are you going to use a, what's the thing you put around your waist?
Trainer, the waist trainer.
No, not the waist trainer. The scale. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm old. Anyway, you're going to find things that you're going to use that are going to help you to measure. Whether it be writing it down. If it's something financial, are you using some type of tool to monitor your spending? Things like that. What is going to be that tool that you're using to measure how far you're getting in your goal?
Yeah.
Okay. Go to attainable.
What do you know? Okay, so there's say there's a trip you want to take, right? It's coming up in November. This is January. So you got about 9 to 10 months to get it. So the price of this trip is $1,500. Now you're trying to see, is it attainable? Am I able to save X amount of money per month in order to be able to go on that trip? Or whatever. I want to lose 50 pounds in 12 months. Again, divide 50 by 12. Do the math, your mama, whatever. 4 pounds a month, 5 pounds, whatever it's going to equal out to. I want to lose this amount of pounds this month. Is it attainable? Right. Are you willing to cut back on the alcohol, the breads, the starches, the sugar, the excess sugars, to drink the more water? Are you going to do a little bit of workout so that it's a more attainable goal versus people who be like, I want to lose 50 pounds in 2 months.
Right.
Unless you're 20, cut it out. At 20, your metabolism does everything you needed to do. At 50, stop playing with me. Right. And at perimenopause, menopause. You know, I wish we could, but them hormones be doing something else. But is it attainable? Make sure that when you set a goal, because when you set goals that are not, yo, laughing at me. When you set goals that don't feel attainable, you feel defeated before you even get started.
That's right.
You won't even really
made it bigger than the scope that you can reach it in.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then, of course, like you said, you have relevant. It has to be relevant. What is your why? Why are you doing it? That's going to be the big thing. That's we always hear about that. What is your why? Yes. Why are you doing this? And is your reason for doing it something that, like I said, I always say hashtag MEMS. Hashtag MIMS. Make sense. It has to make sense. It has to be relevant. Why am I doing this? What is going to be the long-term result of me doing this?
Yes.
What is this going to do? Is this going to help to move the needle for me financially, mentally, spiritually, physically? What is it that it's going to do? That's why I need to find out if it's relevant. Yes. It's like I see Yo Boogie is saying, setting yourself up for failure, doing it that way.
Yes.
Yeah. So you want to make sure that it's relevant. You have to make sure that it makes sense for you to do it, and that it's going to be something that is going to increase, like I said, move the needle in those areas in your life. And if it's not going to do that, then you may have to rethink the scope of what it is that you're doing, why you're doing it. Are you doing it for someone, or are you doing it for yourself?
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about time bound. Say that you want to submit an article to some magazine, and they're saying, okay, we need this particular article about yourself within the next week. If you know that you already don't have great time management, or you know that you have already given all your time you've allocated for family, for friends, for work, and you really don't have the extra time, don't say yes. Right. Don't set that goal if you know you don't actually have the time. If you're somebody, because I can be that person that's willing to lose a little bit of sleep for certain things. If it's constantly, no. But if it's something like, okay, this one particular goal I want to do is going to cause me to have to stay up about 2 hours a little bit later, I'm going to do it for those few days that I need to do in order to get this article completed, whatever I need to do for that time-bound situation, so that I can say yes in that goal that I have set for myself. But you can't also invest in yourself, again, is what? No, period.
Right.
Can you get this to me by such and such? No. And you have to be realistic about what time you have, because your time is your biggest investment ever.
That's right. That's right.
You don't get it back.
Right. And I'm looking at time. So I'm going to move on to our next investing thing. Investing in yourself means investing in community. Mm-hmm. Invest in the human family. Invest in people. Mm-hmm. Build a little community of those you love and who love you. That's your inner circle. Right now in this political climate that we're in, a lot of people are talking about investing in community, investing in people, investing in each other, and in the things that we can do as a collective. Yes. It's important for us to invest in our community, and that's a part of that is being aware of what's going on around you. Yeah. You heard me use the statement, keep your head on swivel. Know what's going on around you and in your environment and the people who you are interacting with.
Yes.
Because they tell you, even in schools and everything else, you become a product of the environment that you're in. Okay? Because you tend to tap in, or you tend to be exposed to certain things. And so it's investing in your community and in those people who are around you that are going to help to uplift and motivate and encourage you.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Sheronda. I want to give you some last words on this.
My community is Old National, so I'm not going out there. But
no, ma'am. She digressed. Yeah.
But no, truly, one of my bigger things, and when it comes to my community, is donating. If it's not money, then it's definitely going to be clothing. If it's not clothing, it's definitely going to be time. And that's my surrounding community. That's right here. I love my area. I love where I live. I tell people all the time, I live hood adjacent. I don't live in the hood. Let's be clear. Yo said stop it.
Right.
Just be clear. I don't live in the hood, but it's hood adjacent. It's right there. Down there. It's not far. So, but it's my people. It's still my people. So my children outgrow their clothes that are gently worn because I got 2 boys. So, But the little baby clothes that they have, the clothes that I no longer can fit, I make sure I donate them wherever I can. I've given, anytime I can help somebody, anytime we have change, anytime we have a couple of dollars, anytime we can take somebody somewhere, that's what we're going to do. I live in a neighborhood where people are a lot older than us. And I make sure I take care of them. Girl, yes, around the corner, for real. But I make sure I take care. If they need me to run out and get a newspaper or they need us to do something real quick, we're going to go outside and do it. You need me to, I went when we just had that recent snowstorm and branches were falling all over the place. I went in their backyard without them even asking me, pulling limbs, just dragging them out the way if they want to walk through their backyard or something like that, because that's part of investing in you. When you take care, you creating reciprocal energy when you're doing stuff. And even, like I said, group coaching sessions start again this Sunday, February 2nd. That became a community. And I'm so grateful to be starting that again. It is $10 because that's what you're investing in yourself, $10. But I'm going to be providing far greater more than $10 to everybody who comes into that community because I can't help myself. But you create a community for people that you love, to see them empowered, to see them get through the week, to see them knowing it's okay to cry and break down and have a hard time and get back up, to really knowing how to survive this thing. So, yes, investing in community is very important, man.
Yes, it is. And that's what I'm saying. You want to just, and we'll wrap up with this one, just again, talking about investing in that community, making sure investing in those Black businesses. Actually, there were 2. Okay. But one that one that we can talk about is celebrating your wins. And that's something that's important. All right. So like I said, just to wrap up, like I said, with the community, make sure that you're supporting businesses, Black-owned businesses. For those of us who are African-American, we're hearing a lot about that in these last couple of days and in these recent weeks, of investing in those who are trying to build generational wealth for their families. Yes. And so, it's our inner circle and that community, and then it branches out into the greater community. So we want to make sure that we're doing that. All right. I want
to answer for Yo real quick is yes, you can join at any time. I'm not sure if we're going to do it the week of the Sunday the 9th, because that's Super Bowl Sunday and people be gone. So we may not do it that day. But the 16th, absolutely. You can join any Sunday that you want to, baby. Yes.
Yes. All right. And then finally, like I said, to wrap things up, we're going to be talking about celebrating your wins. Winning is not everything, but making the effort to win is. And that was by Vince Lombardi. But it's just a matter of making sure that we celebrate the small things that we are doing, again, to move the needle.
Trend.
Okay. I see Trend. Hey, girl. All right. But yes, like I said, celebrating the small wins. Sheronda bringing Smile back and bringing that community. There were so many who we met in that community who we're still connected with.
Trend.
Trend is one of them. That's why we're both sitting there like, Trend, what's up, girl? So good to see you both. I mean, we'll see, for you, see us, both of us to see you. But we met in Smile. Mm-hmm. And so, but it's celebrating the small wins, being able to celebrate ourselves, as others celebrate us too.
Yes.
It's making sure that we, like I said, anything that we're doing to move the needle just a little bit is going to put us one step closer to the goals that we're setting and everything else. So celebrate the things that you're doing, even the minor things, and celebrate them in a small way, just like Sheronda said. Even if it's just a bouquet of flowers, even if it's just going to get your favorite meal, anything, any small thing. I am a GW girl to my core. That's Goodwill. That's what I call it, the GW. Yeah. I'm going there every week, and I'm about to turn double nickel, so I'm gonna get the discount on Tuesday. So yes, I'm gonna be playing my license, like a trump card. Oh, and do I get a discount? Bam! Yes, I do. So I'm excited. Okay, that's gonna be my win. I'm gonna be able to get that little discount every Tuesday. But bottom line is, celebrating your wins, celebrating the things that you're doing, celebrating you just being you, because that's it. That's an investment in yourself. That's the dividends it pays back.
Period.
You're doing for you.
Yeah. Trend. Where have you been? I miss my trend, yo. Where you been, my nigga? Oh my gosh, I missed you so much. But yes, please be clear. When we're talking about being authentic, your win some days look like you brushing your teeth, and that's it.
That's it.
And I'm not even playing. There are people who are really, really struggling. They didn't brush their teeth for the past week. And if the only thing they got to do today was brush their teeth, celebrate it.
That's right.
Because it's celebratory. If this week you drank 2 glasses of water versus 1, celebrate that. Be proud of every little single moment, every little thing you do. You deserve to put that one step before the other, because if you think you got to wait for a raise to celebrate yourself, that means you're waiting on somebody else. You need to celebrate you and your movements. You need to celebrate every little step that you take in every given moment, because sometimes it is just taking that shower when you've gone through such hard times. The reality is people are going through rough stuff. So just simply being like, celebrate the greatness that you are. The greatness. People don't understand that greatness really is getting the crust out your eyes.
That's right.
Getting in the car and going to work. Getting the kids ready and making sure everybody's taking care. I remember after my husband died, I didn't even think, I didn't know. I did a lot of DoorDash, and I could tell you the truth. I couldn't always cook. My mind couldn't always wrap around putting meat in a pan. I couldn't do it. And when I could do it, I started to learn, okay, you did it. They're fed, but they're fed and they're clean and they have clean clothes. Be happy. And sometimes that's what your celebration has to look like until it becomes more and more closer to the goals that we talked about before that you're setting for yourself. So yeah.
It's like you said, opening your eyes, taking a breath of life.
Invest in yourselves, babies. And guess what? Hire you some life coaches, because there's a couple of them right here on screen.
That's it. That's it. Look for mentors, people who can help you to get where you need to go when you feel like you can't find your way yourself. Mentors, coaches are always there to assist. Yeah. All right. Take us home, Sheronda.
All right, my darlings. Thank you. Once again for showing up for yourself. Your time being here is investing in yourself. So thank you. Thank you for investing in you. Right there at the bottom of that screen, you see both of our YouTube channels. You've seen it the whole show. Make sure you visit both pages. Click like, click subscribe, share it wherever you like, just so we can get these words and these voices out here more and more and more, because the healing's real.
That's it. Click that notification bell too.
Yeah, redefining authenticity is really important. Like Kim said, click the notification bell, because I bet you that's why Trend knew we was on right now, because she got a notification that them girls is online and she came and checked it out. So make sure your notification bell is on so you get that notification when we're on. We good?
We good. We're good. Love you guys. Have an amazing rest of your week. Continue to invest in yourself in the ways that we were talking about it. And we look forward to seeing you guys the next time.
And peace, y'all. Love you so much.
Peace out.